Welcome back to Halftime Report, and what a day. We've started the day with all-time highs, and with every half an hour passing by, we are creating new milestones when it comes to gold prices. 60,000 rupees per 10 grams is how we are trading on your screens right now. And remember, this is without the making charges or GST. So when you buy gold in the physical markets there, the gold prices already are higher than that. For the international markets as well, while we are trading at an 11-month highs, and we did do $2,000 per ounces there as well. That's not an all-time high for the US markets, because the all-time high is at $2,070 per ounce. But remember, in last 15 days, we've gained up by $200 per ounce already. So what is that? $70 to $80 on the higher side there. And it's not just India which is hitting all-time highs. In the day-to-day, we've seen Australia and UK markets also make an all-time highs in case of gold prices there. Well, there are supportive factors. You have the dollar index trading weaker. Markets have factored in a 25 basis of a rate hike, even a status quo for that matter. And the $2 trillion, which is again coming into the markets in sense of liquidities to ensure that the banks don't go under down, is something that means that the banks or the liquidity, all of that would support the gold prices. 1999 on the international markets right now, so 2,000 basically already done there. Surendra Mehta is secretary at India Bullion and Jewellers Association. He joins us on the show now. Mr. Mehta, what a day where we are looking at an all-time high. 60,000 on the charts has been a psychological level which we have cleaned already. What's your sense on where are the gold prices going from here?
Well, just about an hour or so, I had a Hindi show with you, and I said it is heading towards $2,010, and most likely it will touch to $2,010 today itself. See, what is happening in international market is overnight some bank is coming and buying credit suits. Secondly, all international banks joining hands together and pumping in liquidity, pumping in funds to create liquidity among the banks. So all doesn't seems to be well with the gold. And I've been constantly telling in my all earlier shows, please do not take gold lightly. In my opinion, on after 22nd March, if the Fed does not raise interest rates or raise only 25 basis points, probably we should be heading towards $2,038. But as of now, there will not be any respite for the doesn't look to be any respite for the short sellers in the market.
All right, clearly a bull's market here. And yes, we've been talking about this for a very long time now on how gold does stand quite tall in the kind of uncertain scenario that we are in right now. But Mr. Mehta, tell us about on how the investors in the Indian markets are now dealing with this all-time high in case of gold. Are investors buying? Because we do understand that the central banks have been buying for some time. Some HNIs have been buying. Institutions have been buying as well. But what about the retail buyer in India? What has been their reaction to this all-time high in gold?
We have to understand one thing, that after COVID, this is the first time the gold prices have crossed 57,000 or 58,000 rupees. At that time, the gold prices have crossed 57, 58,000. So all the high net worth individuals who have bought gold at that level are trying to exit. And we are getting unconfirmed reports from some of the markets that there are high net worth individual and many other people trying to sell their old jewelry in the open market, and which is a cause for concern, which is becoming a big concern for the jewelers, as jewelers are not flushed with that kind of fund to buy the jewelry. The similar confirmed reports are also coming from international markets, or Dubai, where people are going to the jewelry shop and are trying to sell their jewelry. So, as far as demand is concerned, well, virtually, I would say the demand will be nearly about 15% or maybe 12% demand, because at this price, the Indian consumer will not buy. And as far as investor is concerned, yes, the investors which are looking for a long-term trade will still buy at this level, because as I've been stating earlier in all my earlier shows, that we are heading towards $2,150 in 2023.
All right, 2150. And what would that calculate to in the Indian markets then? Are we looking at 62, 63? Because all kind of numbers have been floating around.
It should be roughly about 63,500 to 64,500 rupees.
And you expect that to come into the next quarter itself?
It should not take that long also.
All right. Even before than that. You told us on how, the retail is not buying. Retail actually is selling at these levels and the jewelers don't have enough cash to buy that kind of gold which is coming into the markets right now. My last question too is that as we head into the next quarter, it also is the wedding season. It also is Akshaya Tritiya, which actually is a gold buying festival. How do you look at these couple of festivals and auspicious dates then go by?
Well, it has been not a good luck for this year for jewelers, because there are no wedding dates on or wedding muhurats on Akshaya Tritiya. So virtually Akshaya Tritiya, there won't be any big sale in the number. But yes, I can expect that being the marriage season and Akshaya Tritiya and all those combined, probably we should be looking at something like 35% to 40% sale only in the Indian market.
Okay, that was really bullish commentary, Mr. Mehta. Thanks a lot for joining in, and Manisha, thanks for that. 60,000 rupees on gold.